Hi, everybody. It's tax time again. Mark here. We've sent out the organizers. Some of you have probably already gotten them. Others, they're in the mail. If you don't get it pretty soon, um, call. We'll send you another one. The mail's unique. We've had some things take a long time. So in that packet, get your organizer. There's a letter, and then there's a blue folder, something to stuff all your documents in. The dogs will explain everything you need to know. They're on the cover. Max and Wesley. Max is the puppy, and he's not quite with it yet, but he's trying hard. Inside, there's also a little bit of how to do things, some kind of question and answer things, or just some tips. So take a look at that if you have any questions. And as always, if you have questions, you need something, call. We'll figure out a way to get it to you and clear up any confusion. So after that, there's the letter. Just explains the basic stuff. Thank you people for helping us get through another year. Thanks for helping us with our outsourcing issue. We had lots of response. Almost everyone responded, which was great, and I appreciate that. Yes or no was fine, so we're good to go. I hope. We'll see how it works. And then the real important thing on here, and it's highlighted, give us every page of every document. It's just that sometimes we don't print the backs. Sometimes we don't give us that boilerplate at the end that looks like just a bunch of useless information. Sometimes we need that. So if you give us the entire document, it's like, hey, this is page 1 through 8 of 20. Where is 9 through 20? We need those. Oh, I didn't think you needed them, so I didn't print them. I need them all. So give me all the information, and then we'll sort out what we do and don't need. After the letter starts the organizer, and there's 3 pages of general questions. Basic headings, personal information. That first question is a big one. That economic impact payment was $1,400 per person sometime kind of mid-year last year. Some people got less. Some didn't get it. Some can't find it. It still came out in direct deposit, checks, and debit cards. So you may have gotten other stimulus payments as a direct deposit, and then you didn't get this one. Or, who knows where it is. So we're going to have to reconcile that. We're still chasing a lot of them from last year. The IRS sent them. People threw the debit cards away because, hey, I didn't order a credit card. I don't know what this is. It was so poorly done. There was no way to know. But let us know if you did or did not receive it, and then how much you did receive. The other things, dependent information, did you move a grandchild in? Did you have a new baby? Did you move your parents in? Just stuff like that. What are we doing? If we have any questions, all of these questions, yes, no. If you answer them yes, you need to provide me with something. Typically, it's going to be a document. If you answer it no, great. We don't need anything. It doesn't apply to you. So we go down that IRAs, education savings plans, items related to income and loss. Did you get disability payments? Do you have tip income you didn't report to your employer? Buy, sell, refinance your house? Just all that kind of stuff. If you did those things, we need the documents. Continues on. If you had any notice on prior years that you haven't already given us, make sure we get them. A lot of times the state will change something for a few dollars and your overpayment that was applied is now different. Anything like that. So give us all the information. We'll make sure we get in the tax return, and hopefully you won't get any more mail from the government. Next page starts off with the foreign bank accounts. Do you have them? If you do, how much? Then that health and life insurance. There's still marketplace insurance out there. If you have that 1095A, we're still going to need it because there's still some premium tax credits. And last year, you didn't have to pay those back if you made too much. This year, as of now, you will have to pay them back. So rules change, though. Never know. Miscellaneous kind of things, energy improvements, put on solar, buy a electric vehicle, there's a pile of stuff here. So let us know and we'll put it in the right place. Direct deposit or refund. If you think you're going to get a refund, let us know. Give us that information. Void check's the best, strictly because then we don't have to read someone's handwriting. If it was mine, obviously you couldn't read it, so it'd be a big guess. Next one is business and investment questions. Do you have a stock bonus plan at work? Did you buy and sell stocks? Make sure we get the 1099 from your broker. Did you cash in some savings bonds or Series E bonds? Did you sell a piece of property? Did you inherit a piece of property? Just anything. If you have it, make sure we're getting the document. The next page, tax payments. That's a big one for us. If you're making estimated payments, we need to know. Need to know when you made it and how much. So it's broken down into federal and state. There's local, but I don't think we have anyone making local tax payments. So that's kind of what we're looking at. We need that information. That way you get credit for all your payments and we're not chasing around trying to figure out did you or didn't you make the payments. The next page is just a list of tax documents that you should have. You had them last year. If you closed a brokerage account last year in 20 and you don't have it in 21, it will still show up here. Let us know. Close that in 20. Hey, get this thing off my list. This person only had a W-2. So easy enough, going to get his W-2. That's what he's looking for. The next one is all this basic taxpayer information. This should be pre-printed, should be completed. If the phone number's wrong, if your zip code's wrong, if you moved and we didn't know yet, if you have a new child, if you moved your parents in with you or you're taking care of your grandkids, there's some options here to give us additional information. Read through the printed stuff, and if there's holes, give us the information. Interest and dividend income. Again, not something you have to complete. You should have the 1099s, but this will have, if you get this will show who you had. So who you received interest and dividends from in the prior year. Doesn't necessarily mean that you didn't have any in the prior year just because you don't have this, but in the event that you've got that, it should be on the forms page, the basic information where we're dealing with, I've already forgotten what it's called, so that's how good it is. The tax documents to send to the preparer should be on that list. So it's not something to complete, but if you have something new, you might want to give us a little more information about it. Then we get to itemized deductions. Most people are still not itemizing. The standard deduction's up over 24,000, so we're maybe 25 now. So it's a standard number. You have to get over that with all of these expenses before you get any deduction. But medical's a big one. If you get over, it might be important to have. Taxes, it's mostly property taxes, auto registration. Remember, it's only the owner's tax on your auto registration. But if you give us a copy of those amounts, we'll pick the right number off for you. Home mortgage interest, any points paid on a refinance, anything you did. Typically the refinancing haven't had points, but you never know. If you've got something, let us know. The next one is any interest paid, investment interest. So if you're a big trader and you're paying margin interest on a brokerage account or something, that'll be on your 1099, but let us know you're doing something. Or investing in something kind of outside the market maybe. Cash contributions is the next piece. That's a big one because we still get some benefit even if we don't itemize. So be sure to give us your cash contributions and your non-cash contributions on the next page. But don't just give us your goodwill receipt and it says, hey, I donated 3 bags on July 8th. Awesome. What was in them? What's the fair market value of what you provided? Oh, well, there were 40 shirts in there at $1.50 a piece. That's $60. Okay, I had 3 bags. That's $180. Whatever. You need to come up with a number for us, because a blank form is just that, blank. If you have a sole proprietorship, if you've got a little bit of a side business, something you do, business and income expenses, it's going to have your receipts, and then it's going to have your business expenses on the second page. So that's something. If you're in that, if you're if you've decided to be a Lyft driver or an Uber driver, great. Hey, this is kind of the information you'll need. If you started it this year, obviously that's new. We wouldn't have given you these forms. So if it's something new, make sure you're getting us income and expenses. Kind of break them down into the various categories. You don't have to go into great detail, but give us some categories so we can split those expenses up. Rents and royalties. If you've got rental properties, you'll have these. If it's a new rental property, we'll need a lot of information from you. Give us a call and tell us that. We'll tell you what to bring in and how to set it up. And it's, basically your rent income and then all of your expenses for keeping the rental up. Same with farm and ranch. If you've got a farm or a ranch, what'd you sell? Sold some cattle, sold some hay, that kind of thing. And then what expenses do you have against that? Collect those, give them to us. If you have children and they're in daycare, which has been really tough the past couple of years, you should get a form from your provider, which is great. It's going to have all this information on it. Again, you don't have to fill it out if we have it. We just need to know which child applies to which provider and how much. If all 3 kids go to the same place, we'll just split it 3 ways. It's not a big deal. Then the next page is education information. If you or one of your children are going to school, you've got a 1098E from college, great. Let's have that. All of that information's there. We just need to know who's going to school and what they're doing. We may call you and try and get some more information on things like cost of books, any additional fees that you had to pay that aren't part of tuition, just any qualified expenses, supplies, had to buy a computer for this or some sort of equipment for that. So let us know about those. That's kind of the organizer this year. We're trying to keep it short. If you can upload your documents, great. Try and upload them once in either a pile or a few files. That way we know you're done. If you give us one every day, we'll never really know when we've got all your documents. So you need to let us know when that's complete. Hey, everything's in now. Great, okay. If you want to drop it by, we're here 8 to 5 Monday through Friday and lots of other times. And if you need us to be here, we will. We do have a mail slot on the left side of the front door. It's kind of down around your ankles, but it'll fit most things. If you do have to put your blue folder through there, try and keep everything paper clipped or something so that it doesn't just fall out in our little mail bag that we have there. So I think that's it. Again, if you have any questions, call the office. If you want to have a meeting, call the office. Lee will set you up on the calendar. Again, I want to just thank everybody for the response we had on outsourcing and helping us out. I hope it's going to speed things up for everybody and you won't be waiting so long for tax returns this year. I don't anticipate the IRS extending the deadline. I didn't think they would last year either, and they did. So we'll see where we go. Thank you.